let's do some news here. The big news that I at least was the most interested in was the spin-off forum of NeoGAF, Resetera, or Resetera, I guess is how you say it, was bought by a Swedish company for $4.5 million, just like 4 or 5 years after this whole thing went down. Do you remember, like, the guy who ran NeoGAF was accused of like sexually assaulting a woman at E3 in a shower, and then a lot of the users were like, "We're out of here," and somebody quickly set up another website, and then 5 years later, the guy sold it for $4.5 million. And I've been reading through the comments on Resetera just to see like what people have to say, and like the big standout was like people were upset because part of the PR announcement for this, they talk about how much money the website was making every year, and people were like, "Why was I paying for their subscription service? You know, when they were already making so much money." So much money was coming in. Like, do they really need to take money from the users at that point? And people were just sort of like felt bad. Some people felt bad. Some people didn't care. And other people felt bad that the moderators, like the moderation job on that site is like a very demanding job. Like, it's not like it was never, even when Cheap Ass Gamer was at its, the forum was at its heyday, it was never as demanding as a site like that, because people are always posting fucking goofy shit, and they have a very strict moderation policy. So those moderators are really busy, and they were not financially compensated before or after the deal. And in fact, the guy said, like in the PR announcement, the guy was like, "Yeah, we've left the moderators on their own to work out something with the company, you know, after the fact." Anyway, it's a great deal for the guy, the owner of the forum. It's like an all cash deal. He gets the full payout this year in cash, like, and it was like 6 or 7 times earnings, which I think for a forum is like really great. So yeah, I'd say good for him, but kind of like a dick move, taking the money from the community and pretending like, hey, you're helping, you know, what was the Calico Cut Pants Wombat? Rick is barely keeping this thing afloat. No, the money doesn't go to that. He knows Mike the Rock Johnson from school. They lost their virginity at the same party together. Anyway, it's a good story, especially for someone like me who's been following stuff like this for a long time. Good luck, guy.
Hey, what interest do you have in this kind of thing?
I mean, I would like that. An offer like that. That's a great offer, but I'm not expecting anything like that. But hey, Sweden, I can learn Swedish. Hit me up. Hey, Roring, you caught in Tolfin, dos penis. You know what that is in Swedish, Mohammed?
That's Spies Like Us, isn't it?
No, close.
Oh,
You can there.
it's not.
The translation is, what are 2 Swedish scientists doing so far from Sweden?
I thought that was Spies Like Us.
No, hey baby, I got a 10-inch penis.
Yeah,
It's a Splash.
Oh, Splash. Thank you.
I don't have that down right, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyway, also, there's a lot of NFTs in the news recently. Mainly that Steam has said they will not have any games with NFTs allowed on the store.
Sure.
Epic Game Store says, hey, bring those NFT games on over. We got plenty of room right here. And
whatever.
Dead by Daylight, you know that game, they announced that they've got a Hellraiser expansion, I think, coming out for the game. And they've announced a NFT collaboration with some other company. And if you buy one of the NFTs, you have a chance at winning the DLC for the game. And people are just like really turned off by it. And they had to come out and like really do like a whole PR thing saying, no. We're not selling the NFTs. It's another company. We're just like telling you about it and partnered with them. And also the NFTs are not in the game. They can just help you win part of the game. If you win and buy it.
Cool. Whatever.
Right. Great idea. Great.
I'm done.
Great.
You lost me like 5 minutes ago. So
5 minutes ago? What happened 5 minutes ago?
I don't know. That's when I stopped listening to you.
Oh, not nice.
You set a timer.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, put something else on here that you'd like to talk about more than that, and we could talk about that.
Fort Nightmares is what I'd rather talk about.
It's not. I don't see that on here at
I
all.
don't see that on here. I thought we.
I didn't add it. I didn't add it, and we're like, oh, I guess we're not talking about
not
Fort
on here.
Nightmares.
We're not talking about Fortnite now.
We can talk about the new Microsoft Mini fridge that's coming out this fall that already sold out the pre-orders on Target.
Why are we talking about it? We can't get one unless one of you guys got one.
Everyone's going to be able to get one in December. That's the word on the street.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. They say, but you think those are lies because we can't get anything?
No, I think they'll have some, but they'll immediately probably sell out in store as well.
I'll tell you this: if I am in my Target and they have an Xbox Mini fridge, I will buy one.
I will do. I will also buy one. I will try to buy one online even.
Yes.
I'm good.
I like a little mini fridge down here. I can have it right here.
I don't have any. Yeah. Go for it.
I will.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing and you shouldn't buy it. I'm just saying that I'm not all that interested in it.
Okay. You probably have another fridge down there.
I do.
See, I don't. I have no fridge down here with me. I'm all fridgeless.
I can put it right next to my desk right here.
Right.
Where I work all day.
Yes.
And I can keep.
And then you wouldn't have to walk the 15 steps back to your kitchen.
Exactly. And I could never move.
But you might drink so much water, it might make up for the fact that you
cans of water?
Bottles of water. You can't put bottles in there?
I don't know. It holds 12 cans.
Oh, is that what they say? Not 12 bottles?
I could put seltzer in there.
It'll
good.
hold like 6 bottles then, probably.
Is it deep enough to hold 6 bottles?
How deep is your love?
I just want this fridge. I guess I don't want it if I can't put my water bottles in it.
I don't know that much. I know.
I'm sure you could put water bottles in it. Stop fretting.
Don't fret.
The little ones. Definitely the little ones.
Yeah, those little jugs of water.
I don't want that. I'm not interested.
Yeah, the little Huggies.
Yeah.
That's not going to keep them.
We could get a box of Hugs. They sell those at Walmart. I know because I saw them and I was like, do people still buy these? I guess so.
It's not keeping the kidney stones away.
No.
Now I drink an entire bottle of water while I'm doing the Orange Theory class. I try to drink one before I go. I drink one while I'm doing the class. And now I have to, sometimes in the middle of class, I have to go pee, which is like, I feel really old. But
there's a reason why you feel old.
I know, but I look great though.
You do.
I looked in the mirror when I was taking a shower the other day and I said, I almost have a good body with the right lighting and with the backlighting and mostly darkness and the right angle. I almost have a good body.
I don't.
Almost. Well, everybody almost has a good body. You're only like 50,000 sit-ups away from a good body.
50,000 sit-ups away. This is the title of my autobiography.
Artie Lang used to say that all the time. Let's move on to Sony. I think we should talk about Sony. Let's see. So PlayStation 5 has taken the Switch off of the number one spot as the highest selling console of the past like 3 years. Something like that.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I mean, a little bit of that certainly is Switch saturation.
I'm also surprised there are that many PS5s to sell, to be honest.
What do you mean by Switch saturation?
Just that everybody has Switches, multiple Switches at this point. And I think a little bit of it could have been a downturn in their sales strictly because people were waiting for the OLED model.
Makes sense.
Well, right?
Definitely.
Like I would have bought one in that time period had I not known that the OLED was coming. I think it's really hard to judge how many PlayStation 5s there are because they sell out immediately, right? So you can't judge.
You never see them on a shelf.
Yeah, you never see them. Like you just know, like anytime they come up, and they've been coming up a lot, right? Like it's like daily. Like here's your daily place to find PlayStation 5.
Yes and no. There's always like some string attached though. You got to buy a bundle.
Yeah, there's always a string.
You gotta be the Best Buy is making you.
You gotta be a pro member. You gotta be a tech team.
$200 for that
server.
$200. I looked it up to see what you get. Not much. You get a chance to buy a PS5. Crazy.
And I mean, honestly, other than Deathloop, I hadn't played my PlayStation 5 for a while, right? Like I don't know. There's not a lot.
I am not actively seeking out a PS5 to buy. I never have. And I don't think Wombat is either. And by that, I mean listening.
It's interesting. So is that global? Is that article global or is that North America? What are we talking about here?
I
with
have
the
no
PlayStation 5
idea.
House, Nintendo
We are
Switch
talking about
is selling.
NPD. So New York.
Okay.
I mean America.
So America. So
Speaking of NPD, they were just sold also.
so that would mean like basically the PlayStation's making more consoles than Xbox is, because both of them are immediately sold out when they come up.
Yes, you would think that makes sense.
So that's what that means right now. So we have no idea what the demand is for either one of these consoles. It's just more than what's being produced.
I was gonna say the demand is the demand is more than what's being produced. I do think there's probably more of a my gut tells me there's more of a demand for PlayStation 5 than there is Xbox, but I think that I don't think it's enough where it matters. So whatever.
It's an interesting thing because Xbox is gonna start like gaining the lead in games, but they don't have enough systems to sell along with those games.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, by the time PlayStation has systems to sell, they're gonna have games. Right? Like they're gonna come in all of their God of Wars and Horizons and all of that stuff will be out, and then it'll be like, oh, and you can buy a PlayStation 5 now.
I don't think that's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Tim writes in and he says, God of War was just announced for PC coming out in January. What other PlayStation games would you like to see get the PC treatment?
All of them.
Why not?
Oh, why not?
Yeah, I don't know.
Siphon filter.
I don't know if that's going to hold up. They have to remake it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just make a new game.
Nope. Siphon filter remastered.
Just call it Siphon Filter and make a new game.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. Have you been following the D-brand story? Because, everybody agrees that the PlayStation 5 is pretty ugly. This company decided to make plates for it that are black, so the thing doesn't look like an office appliance. And they basically threatened Sony to sue them, and Sony's like, "Hey, we're going to sue you. That's a good idea. We probably will sue you." And then they changed the design. Now they're like, "Oops!" And then they changed the design just to look less like the original Sony plates. Still black. They're all black, so that makes the system look all black. I think it looks better. I think it still looks, even the new design looks better than.
It does not look bad now because it also is more symmetrical along the top as well, right? Like the PlayStation 5 has the crazy fins that come off both sides, stick out, and this looks like it's like follows the contour of the body of the PlayStation 5.
It looks more also like a computer. Or a video game playing machine, like form follows function. Like it looks like what it is, unlike the PlayStation, which looks like a router or an air filter or a different device.
All right.
The thing I enjoy about my PlayStation is, and the Xbox for this matter, I can never figure out which way I'm supposed to put a disc in. Every time.
Oh, it's real easy on the Xbox. It's real easy because they put it far over. Like it's all the way to the left, and you want to make sure that the label side is where there's the less space behind it. So like if it's the line is here and you have this much Xbox and then this much Xbox,
I feel like
want to make sure the label
is the exact opposite of that, and that's part of the problem. Is
because that goes against like intuition. Also, because I'm like, oh, if there's going to be like something reading the disc, it's got to be on the side where there's like more space. I know that I'm sure they could put a disc reader in this much space, but just work with how my brain works here, because it's and that's how you put the disc in on the Xbox.
Yeah, I think I get confused because I'm pretty positive that you put the read side of the disc on PlayStation 5 out towards the outside,
where there's less space.
Well, but that's where the bump is, right?
Oh, I don't know.
It is.
I don't know. I don't have a PlayStation 5. I'm like, I don't know. You tell me. Tell me what the thing does on the thing that I don't have. I just know what my Xbox does.
Xbox
what else
better.
We got here, Cheapy?
Xbox better.
What?
Nah, that's the new Twitter like trend. Like anytime Sony post something, like people will reply Xbox better, and anytime
I don't think that's a new trend.
Well, it's really like every it's really popular now.